Welcome back, two-wheeled friends. We are out in the garage today with this 2019 Road King Special, and we have something special to put on. We are going to give this baby a new set of lungs today. So today we will be installing these Rinehart Racing 4.5-inch DBX slip-on exhaust. We're going to be taking the stock exhaust off and putting this on, and we're going to open up the sound and hopefully the power of this Milwaukee 8. So let's roll that intro and we'll get putting these on. So to start, we are going to remove the saddlebags. Be sure to have those setting on something soft so you don't scratch them. Now to remove the right hand side. Alright, so for the left hand side we're going to loosen up this clamp that goes to the main head pipe, and to do so you're going to need a 9/16 inch socket. And that should be loose enough. Now for the back two, you're going to need a 1/2 inch. And you're going to want to save these. Alright, now in a twisting, wiggling type fashion, I should just be able to wiggle this out. Almost there. And it's released. You want to save this clamp because we're going to be using it on the new Rinehart exhaust. Put these somewhere safe, so in the event you decide to sell your bike and you want to put the stock exhaust back on, you can, or maybe down the road you'll find somebody who is interested in the stock exhaust. Let's work on unboxing this exhaust and see what we get. I'm going to put gloves on to handle this just to make cleanup a little easier. After you get this installed, you want to wipe it all down so your oils of your skin don't damage the finish. We lucked out that this is the left hand side to begin with. Look at that. Rinehart 4.5-inch DBX. That's a heavy piece. Let's put this clamp back on. Alright, I had mentioned to save these little guys. So when we put the new exhaust on, what I meant to say is save these with your factory exhaust. Just screw them back in, so if you need to put them back on. That clamp is the only one you'll need to save. In the box with the new slip-ons, you will have this little deal with the hardware enclosed with instructions. We always read those last though, right? Got a cool Rinehart Racing sticker. Maybe we'll just slap that right on there. I'm just kidding. I'll have to get a sticker wall and start putting some of these stickers on. Alright, so you're going to take a couple of your bolts, slide them into the grooves, And then we're going to try to slip this back in, kind of twist and turn and wiggle. It's going in pretty easy till the bolts are somewhat lined up here, because they're not gonna, you just gotta get them to where both line up. They give you plenty of room to work here. I want to make sure I'm slid onto that head pipe far enough, but yet have some slot. I'm gonna adjust my bracket accordingly. So I want this end pushed up as far as I can. My clamp is the nuts facing down. All right. Drop on a washer. I'm just going to finger tight the lock nuts just to make sure everything looks good here. Let's bring you over. So there's how that will look. And I'm nice and snug up here. All right, so I'm going to tighten up these. I'm going to kind of put even amount of torque on them as I go. And I want to do these first so it kind of gives it a little bit flatter feel on there. That was my thoughts anyways. I'm sure there's a torque spec, but I'm going tight. All right, so torque spec on these two bolts is 12 to 14 foot-pounds. This one is going to be 45 to 60 pounds. Now we're going to come up and tighten up this clamp at the head pipe. Okay, it's snug. I'm going to grab my torque wrench and we'll put some torque on it. So I have the torque wrench set. They recommend between 45 and 60 pounds. I have it set at about 53 pounds. So let's just tighten it down. Now we'll go over and do the same on the right hand side. On the right hand side, to loosen this, you need a 15 millimeter, and then everything else is going to be the same. All right, so over on the right hand side, there's two brackets here. You want to make sure you're going to loosen up the rear one. The front one goes to the center pipe that goes to the left hand side. And I just like to loosen it enough to where I can move it by hand. That way I know it won't interfere with holding the pipe up. And again, you need a 15 millimeter on that side. And then on the right hand side, same thing. You want to loosen these to rear. Save these, put them back in the pipe. And again, we're going to do the little wiggle and twist at the same time. Try and get it to turn back towards me so I don't beat anything all up. That's a workout. And the right pipe is loose. Again, you want to save this bracket. We'll put it on the new exhaust. Okay, so we're going to take the supplied bolts, slide them in, and then we're going to try to nestle everything back into place here. All right, I need a little helper, so I have a block of wood and a rag. All right, so I had to cut camera. As you can see, I had to get a block of wood and a rag to kind of hit against the end here. What I ended up having to do is move this bracket back to get the bolt up through the hole, and then tap some more to get this one lined up, and then I had to slide this bracket back into place. Once I got the muffler up to, I can see where the stock one was, so I was able to get it up to the front. So I know everything is good there. So I'm going to tighten these down. Remember not to over tighten these, just nice and snug. Grab that 15 millimeter to throw on the torque wrench. Throw that 15 millimeter on. Still set to torque. And there it is. Okay, so I wore gloves during the whole thing, but you definitely want to give everything a good wipe down. You can use a little bit of cleaner if you need to. All right, everything looks good on that side. Come over, do the same on the left. All right, we'll throw these saddlebags back on. All right, I just want to make a note that on the left side, this clamp needs to be able to squeeze the metal so it is almost to the front. Just a little side note. Let's throw these bags on and see what everything looks like. All right, let's check it out. That looks awesome. And it fills the gap in the bag. So we will get this fired up and we will do a before and after test of this exhaust. So one other thing I'd like to mention too, so you want to make sure your spacing at from the bag to the end of the exhaust is the same on both sides. I kind of could tell where the factory exhaust was, so I knew that wasn't going to be a problem. But let's fire this up and we will see what it sounds like. All right, so let's get some sound out of these Rineharts. It's about that same rev as we had last time. Up to 2800. Alright, from about 2.5 feet away. Alright, that was up to 40 miles an hour in second gear. About 2,500 RPMs first gear. Alright, there's 2,500 RPMs in first gear. Second gear. 2,400 RPMs. 2,500 RPMs. 2,500 in second gear. Second gear, 3,000 RPMs. $2,500 in third gear. Third gear. $3,000 RPM. Now let's call it 2,800. And we're going to do a turnaround. Engine braking, third gear. Well, thanks for watching this install and sound comparison video, my two-wheeled friends. If you are new to the channel, please go down and click that subscribe button. Ring the bell so you're notified for future uploads and activity. Leave your comment below what you guys think of the stock sound versus that Rinehart sound. Until next time, two-wheeled friends, peace out. We'll see you later. Bye-bye.